Welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion. Today I'm continuing my NeXt Evolution campaign with Game 2 on the Run. We are going to go through setup really quickly, although I am going to do a couple of things a little bit out of order. I have set aside my villains that I beat in Morlock Siege. We are going to put one of these at random into play. I am not looking at the deck, and it stops on Arclight. So Arclight is going to be our villain. She has 10 hit points. I'm going to remove the rest of those from the game. Then we remove Arclight villain or Arclight minion from the game. Now, I would go ahead and shuffle those in, but I'm going to do that in just a moment. We then put Hope's Captor Confident side up. The reason I didn't put those in yet is because when we flip to here, number one goes on the main, and then it tells us to search the deck for a Marauder minion. Now, these two are Marauders, but they're not in the deck yet. Those will come in near the end or at the end of campaign setup. So the one I really like at this point is Vertigo. She's a guard, but I'm going to be able to get rid of her on my first turn anyway. So that's the one I like. She's a guard. She has 4. And because she's a guard, I don't want her to come up again later. Now, I would shuffle these in, but I'm still not going to. We go to campaign instructions for each Morlock saved in the previous scenario. We get to grab a card from our deck and put it in our hand. I'm going to choose Speed of Light and Ready to Rumble. That is basically going to let me start in Photon, clear, assemble the team, come back to Gamma, and ready to be able to defeat Vertigo. So those are the 2 cards I'm choosing. If there is a campaign environment in play, marked as earned, we put that in play, and then we give a tough to each enemy. Now, this campaign is very easy. A lot of YouTubers have talked about that. I have talked about it myself. One way you can make this harder is to never complete the schemes which give you these environments. The associated encounter cards are still going to get into the encounter deck, but you're never going to get the benefit because you didn't thwart these off. That's going to make the campaign overall a little more difficult. It makes this scenario a little bit easier because those toughs aren't going to come in. Next, we go to choosing which side skin we want for this scenario. I'm going to choose Assemble the Team. I'm choosing that now because I want to earn that in scenario 2 so that I'm immediately able to use it in scenario 3 against Juggernaut, and I don't have to clear that before I can use it. You're going to see when I get to Juggernaut why that is super important. So I have chosen Assemble the Team. Now the associated encounter cards are going to get shuffled in. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle them in with that encounter set. The rest of the encounter set is already in. I really enjoy this campaign. This campaign is so much fun. I talked about it a little bit in my last video. Feels a lot like speedrunning a video game to me. I'm starting with Speed of Light and Ready to Rumble in my hand, and I'm going to draw 2 more cards. Hair on there. I said 2 more cards. I'm going to draw 4 cards up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Energy duplication is nice to see. Brother Voodoo can be good to see because he's going to allow me to knock off a tough and find another event for me, hopefully. But I'd almost rather get energy duplication into play than Brother Voodoo. So I'm actually going to mulligan both of those and draw 2. Sorcerer Supreme and a double. The double will pay for my energy duplication, and I will use Sorcerer Supreme to play Ready to Rumble, because Mission Prepped won't find that in my hand. It will only find it in my deck or discard pile. So let's go ahead and start the game. Before I do anything, I'm going to do that. Use Sorcerer Supreme to play Ready to Rumble. I'm going to use my double to play Energy Duplication. Now, we're going to remove that counter from Mission Prepped and find Sorcerer Supreme and put them into play. Now I have a hand size of 6 while I am in hero form. Now we'll go ahead and flip up to Photon. After I change to this form, remove 1 threat from a scheme, then I can thwart that off. That is going to get me team assembled. Now I'm going to use Speed of Light. I can change energy form and draw a card. I'm going to change to Gamma and draw a card. Pulsar Shield. After I change to this form, deal a damage. That will ping off the tough. Discard Ready to Rumble to ready me. Now I can attack for 3. And then use Team Assembled to find Mockingbird. Mockingbird is going to stun Arclight, give me a turn where I don't have to worry about an attack. And she's going to attack Vertigo for 1 and defeat her. Now I want to be, I am where I want to be in Gamma. I do have a Pulsar Shield if I need it, but I won't need it on the next turn unless she gets an extra attack. So I'm going to hold on to both. Normally I hate holding on to cards, but I'm going to draw 4 new cards because of Sorcerer Supreme. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ever Vigilant is really good. Black Widow is really good to protect me from encounter cards. So that may be where I end up going. I can do that and use an Ever Vigilant. 1 goes on the main. She cannot attack me. And Treachery, when revealed, exhaust a character you control if the following enemies are in play. Arclight, stun a character you control. Well, I'll go ahead and stun Mockingbird. I also have to exhaust a character. I will exhaust Mockingbird. Okay. I did like her to knock my tough off, but we can get around that. We can get around that by playing Black Widow. As much as I hate to have any damage on Black Widow, I'm going to attack with her to knock that tough off. Next, I'm going to attack for 3. I'm going to use Energy Duplication and a Superpower Training for Ever Vigilant. Ready my hero, remove 2 threat from the main, and attack for 3 again, taking it down to 4. Now, I don't mind that Mockingbird is stunned because she can just take the block for me. I would have preferred to get one more point of damage or threat removal out of her, but that's fine. Let's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Quinn Carrier is going to be great to get in. Ready to rumble. I can get one of those in. See what happens. One goes on the main. She's going to attack, and I'm going to give her +2 attack because Mockingbird is going to block her. That's 3, 4. Mockingbird is knocked out. Encounter card. Mutant Slayers. Each Marauder minion gains Quick Strike. When revealed, place one additional threat here for each character in play with one or more of the following traits: Mutant, X-Factor, X-Force. Well, look at that. I am playing an Avenger, so nothing extra goes here. I do still want to thwart that off of there because I don't want those Marauder minions having Quick Strike, especially when I know that when I push Arclight, I'm going to have to go find another Marauder minion. So as much as I want to attack heavy here, I might have to flip to Photon, but then I'm going to get stuck there for a turn. Unless I want to flip down, and I don't necessarily want to flip down. Let's just start with a double and a ready to rumble for a Quinn Carrier. Let's use a Quinn Carrier or my energy duplication to play ready to rumble. Let's use Speed of Light, change form and draw me a card. Blue Marvel is good, but I don't need him right now. After I change to this form, remove a threat, and let's back up just a moment. The whole reason I put Ready to Rumble in play was because I was going to be able to ready her. So the card I drew was Blue Marvel. That goes back on the top. Speed of Light changed me to Photon. There was one on the main. I was ready. So I'm going to attack for 3. Then I'm going to play Speed of Light. Go to there. That's an after. Ready me. Draw my Blue Marvel. Remove 1 threat. Now that I'm ready again, I'm going to thwart for 3. Now I do get stuck in this form. Unless I can draw another Speed of Light or a Gamma Blast on my next turn. I'm also not really in any hurry to push Arclight because I know what's coming when I push her. My big mistake here, I used a Ready to Rumble to pay for Quinn Carrier, and I would now be able to put that Ready to Rumble into play for next turn if I hadn't done that. I almost think I need to discard that double, and let's draw up. Let's get a Gamma Blast or a Speed of Light, and if I don't, I'm going to have to go down to get unstuck. Ever Vigilant is good. Gamma Blast will get me unstuck. You know, I forgot I've got Blue Marvel. I can get unstuck. So I think that's a perfectly fine draw. One goes on the main. She's going to attack, and I'm at full health, so I'm just going to take it. And I'm going to take it at +2. So this is 3, 4, 5. Knocks me down to 6. And I get... this has 4 on it, and I really hate this card because this is going to chew through the encounter deck when I defeat it and put an attachment onto Arclight or onto me. There's that inhibitor, which is especially bad as well. Okay. I am in Gamma, so I can remove that. And I'm trying to decide honestly right now if I want to say no to that encounter card. and just be a little bit risky, and I think I am. I'm going to exhaust Black Widow and play I could use this one, pay a mental resource to discard this when it comes in and draw another one instead. And I may regret that, of course, but I do regret it because that is a Shadow of the Past. Shadow of the Past, Meltdown, Reactor Meltdown, and these get shuffled in. About the worst way to do that. The worst way to do that. A Gamma Blast is going to blast through him. I just waste most of my turn doing that. And when I defeat this, that's going to kill Black Widow. That was really poor planning. I also need to think about maybe not overkilling Radioactive Man, because if Radioactive Man is overkilled into Arclight right now, she flips and some bad things happen. So we need to look at this a little bit differently than I normally do. I'm going to thwart this off because I think that's important. When I do that, every friendly character gets a damage, and Black Widow is defeated. That is the unfortunate part. That is about the worst use of Black Widow I've ever had. Now, while I am still in Photon, I'm going to use 2, 3 to play Gamma Blast. Gamma Blast is going to change me to Gamma and deal 7 damage. That's going to beat Radioactive Man. Now, this is a response, which means I don't have to do it. The response is, after you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. I'm not going to trigger that because I don't want to push Arclight just yet. I am then going to, I'd really love, yeah, let's do that. That doesn't really help me right now, though. I was going to use Ever Vigilant to ready and remove that threat. Being ready now doesn't do me any good because I don't want to even attack Arclight. I think I'm going to have to take a chance and flip down now and just hold on to all of these. Maybe not Pulsar Shield. Hold on to these because that's going to help me take care of whatever goes on the main when she schemes. So let's hold on to these. I'm going to flip down. And let's just ready and draw 3. Another duplication is good. What doesn't kill me is actually really good here too. That's going to be a ready and a heal. One goes on the main. She's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, taking that up to 5 of 8. Hopefully this isn't an advance. That is a patrol, which doesn't seem too bad. I don't have another Gamma Blast, so I'll have to take her out the hard way. Oh man, that was such a bad set of circumstances there. I'm going to recover for 3. I'm going to flip up to Hero and go to Gamma. Gamma's going to deal 1 damage to Riptide. I am still exhausted. I'm going to use one and red, 1 in physical for what doesn't kill me. That's going to heal 2 damage and ready me. can go ahead and take out Riptide. But now I have to go to Photon and potentially get stuck there again. Or I can just take a total of 3 off. This one is tough. So I've got to get threat off of there. Is taking 2 off enough here? I can take 3 off. I'm gonna risk this. Put this energy duplication down. Hold on to both of these. Could play Ever Vigilant right now, but I want to hold on to Blue Marvel. Or is it better to play Ever Vigilant now? Let's ready. I'm at 10 health, so I can take a hit here. Draw 4. Gamma Blast will be good going into the next turn. And with all of my generators on board, I can play a Gamma Blast with no cards from hand. This goes to 6 out of 8. Let's hope we don't see an advance. Arclight is going to attack me for 3, 4, 5, 6. That takes me down to 4. Let's not get an advance. Blockbuster Guard, another big guard minion. And I am in Gamma. Okay. Gamma Blast is going to overkill, but when I overkill, I'm going to get a guard minion in play. And I don't need to take threat off of this scheme now, because I'm going to flip to 2A. So unfortunately, I'm going to Gamma Blast Blockbuster. 5 to him, 2 to Arclight. Arclight now has 16 health. And we go to 2A. Oops, I had that backwards. On 2A, we search for a Marauder, and then each Marauder enemy gains tough. I think we are going to do a Vertigo again. She has a guard, but each Marauder minion gains guard and steady, so that doesn't matter. Each of them, let's make sure on the back, yeah, each of them also has a tough. So now I've got to get through Vertigo and Arclight and 2 toughs. Oh, and this has no threat on it. That's a lie. It has 1 threat on it. This scenario is a lot harder than the first one, Morlock Siege, because of all the guard and tough that happens in this deck, or in this encounter. I can play another Gamma Blast, but that literally does me very little good. I'm also not going to have a blocker, so I'm probably going to have to go down and risk the main going up. Because I can't play Gamma Blast and Ever Vigilant on this turn. Let's attack for 3. Let's use Photon, Pulsar, and Blue Marvel for Gamma Blast. That's going to deal 4 to Vertigo, and then hit the tough on Arclight. And I'm going to hold on to that Ever Vigilant because some threat is getting ready to go on the main. At least 4 goes on, and potentially more. Slip down, which takes me out of form and ready. Draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. A double Vigilant ready could be really good. 2 goes on the main, up to 3. She's going to scheme for 2, 3. That takes us to 6. And let's hope that this is not an advance. It's a nasty boy. That means he's not a Marauder, which is good. When he attacks, exhaust a character you control. So I can do 3, 6, 9 damage to Arclight. If I had a Gamma Blast, that would be awesome too, but I do not. I actually can do less than that because I do need to recover. Let's recover 3. Ready to Rumble would be nice here, but I don't have one. Let's pop up and go straight to Gamma because Gamma is going to deal 1 damage to Gorgeous George. I'm in Gamma, so I'm going to use Night Nurse and one of my Energy Duplication, which is going to generate a physical for what doesn't kill me. That gets me up to 9, and I ready. And I'm going to attack Gorgeous George. Not the turn I wanted here. We're going to do 1 and 2 for Ever Vigilant. That's going to ready me and knock 2 off of here. We are going to... Well, I'd really like to get Starhawk into play because we know the shenanigans he can get into. I almost need to, I think, play Professor X. I can't play Professor X. I can play right now Ever Vigilant or Starhawk. Ever Vigilant is going to let me clear that off, though. As much as I would like to be attacking... Well, let's do that. Let's attack for 3. Let's use 2 for Ever Vigilant, which readies me and takes 2 off. And I attack for 3 more. She's down to 10, which was her original count. I have no minions in play right now. I am going to get an encounter card, though. Sitting at 9 health, which is okay. 1, 2. What doesn't kill me, I like to see. And an encounter card. Shuffle and draw 4 more. I'd like to see a Gamma Blast on this shuffle. Or on this draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see a black colored event. That's a Gamma Blast. And a Mockingbird, which could help me as well. But if I don't get messed over on the encounter here, and saying that means I will, but if I don't, I can win on my turn. 1 goes on, 2 goes on the main. She's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to take a Confuse here instead of giving her +2 attack because if everything goes well, I won't have to thwart. So she's attacking for 2, +0. Not only is that +0, that's an advance gone. She attacked for 2. I'm down to 7. I have 2 encounter cards. This is where it gets scary. While Blockbuster is in play, he's not. While Chimera is in play, she's not. This has 4. Get nasty. Each minion gets place +1 attack. When revealed, place 1 threat here for each minion in play. There are 0. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a nasty boy. Well, I know that this nasty boy does not have guard. And I don't care about how much HP he has. So, we're going to do what we do. Attack for 3. And then, rather than drawing it out, we're going to Gamma Blast for 7. That's the way I like to end scenarios. I love to end with a Gamma Blast. I do a lot of damage. I could have dealt 3 more damage because I could have readied. I have a... I don't know where my cards went. I have a What Doesn't Kill Me in my hand. Yeah, these are them here. I have a What Doesn't Kill Me in my hand. So I could have readied and done some more damage. Alright, that is scenario 2 on the run. Hopefully I'm not going to find any errors in editing. This is actually the second time I've recorded this game because I did find a really bad error in the first game I played. I did earn Team Assembled in this scenario, and that's going to be huge going into Juggernaut. Alright, thank you so much for watching today. Please continue to watch the series, like, sub, comment, all the good YouTube stuff, and I hope you have a great day.